Welcome back. In today's explainer, we are diving deep into something every solopreneur deals with, reporting. We're going to show you how to take that task you dread and turn it into one of your most powerful tools for growth, completely on autopilot. Okay, let's get into it. Seriously, just take a second and think about it. All that time spent exporting data, fighting with spreadsheets, and just trying to figure out what it all means. I mean, those hours really add up, right? And that's time you're not spending on the things that actually move the needle in your business. And that's what we call the reporting time trap. It's this endless cycle of manual data work that keeps you stuck in the weeds, bogged down in operations when you should be thinking about the big picture. It's a super common problem, but the good news is there is a very, very powerful way out. And this really nails the frustration, doesn't it? You're trying to pull data from all these different places, kind of like the team at Climate Partner was doing. You end up wasting so much time just cleaning it up to make it usable. And the absolute worst part? By the time your report is finally done, the data is already old. It just delays the decisions you needed to make yesterday. So how do we break out of this trap? Well, we build ourselves an automated data analyst. Just imagine having a system that does all that heavy lifting for you, delivering crystal clear insights right when you need them without you having to do a thing. So let's be super clear about what we're aiming for here. Automated reporting isn't just about scheduling an email to go out. No, it's a whole system, a system that plugs into your data, actually understands it, and then tells you the story, all without you lifting a finger. At a high level, the process is actually really simple, but it is so powerful. You start with all your raw data. You run it through an analysis and design phase, and then you set up the automation that delivers the insights. And here's the best part. Once you set this cycle up, it just runs, all on its own. And we're going to build this whole thing using 3 tools that are just perfect for solopreneurs. They're incredibly powerful, but also super accessible. We'll use Google Sheets as our simple, no-frills database. Then we've got ChatGPT, which will be our brilliant on-demand analyst. And finally, Zapier. Think of Zapier as the magic glue that connects everything together and makes the whole process run smoothly. All right, enough with the theory. Let's get our hands dirty and actually build your first automated report. Don't worry, I'm going to walk you through it step by step. Okay, first things first, we have to tell our system when to run. So inside Zapier, the first thing you'll do is pick the Schedule app as your trigger. We'll set it to run every month. And here's a little pro tip for you. Choose something like the 5th of the month. That gives a few extra days for all of last month's data to roll in and settle before the report actually runs. Next up, we need to connect to our data. For our second step, we'll add a Google Sheets action and pick the event Get Many Spreadsheet Rows. Now listen, this next part is absolutely critical. Your spreadsheet must have clear headers for every single column. This isn't just about keeping things tidy, it's how you teach the AI what each piece of data actually represents. It's a non-negotiable. Okay, this is where the real magic happens. We're going to add a ChatGPT step. The event will be conversation. And for the action, we're basically going to take all that data we just grabbed from our Google Sheet and feed it directly into a prompt for the AI to analyze. You see, the prompt is everything. Look at how it starts. By giving ChatGPT a specific role, a senior data analyst, we're not just asking a random question. We are instructing it to act like a professional and to give us a structured, insightful report. This one little line of text completely changes the game. It turns a general tool into your own dedicated specialist. Now, pay close attention because this tip is a total game changer. Inside that ChatGPT step in Zapier, you're going to see a little field called Memory Key. Just give your workflow a unique name right there. What this does is it tells ChatGPT to remember its past conversations for this specific report. So if you ever accidentally run the report on the same data twice, it'll know. It'll prevent duplicate reports and save you a ton of confusion. It's a tiny detail that makes your whole automation so much smarter. And finally, we deliver the goods. You just add one last step using Slack or Gmail or whatever you use. You map the response from ChatGPT into the message field, and that's it. Now, every single month, on the exact day you scheduled, a complete AI-generated report will land exactly where you need it. Now look, Zapier is amazing, but it's not the only game in town. I want to quickly show you a couple of other options so you can pick the absolute best tool for you and your business. Here's a quick rundown to help you decide. You should probably stick with Zapier if you just want to get started fast and need to connect to tons of different apps. It has the biggest library by far. But if your workflows are really complex and you're more of a visual person, check out Make. It lets you map out everything. And if you're on a tighter budget but need to run a lot of automations, Pabbly Connect offers some pretty incredible value. So let's just zoom out for a second. We haven't just built some cool fancy tech gadget here. What we've built is a system that can fundamentally change how you make decisions in your business every single day. Remember that climate partner example? By putting a system like this in place, they got real-time visibility into their most important numbers. And that is the real prize. You stop wasting hours on manual grunt work, and you start spending that time on strategy, on figuring out what's working, what's not, and making smart, fast decisions that actually grow your business. Get this. Every single day, we create 2.5 quintillion bytes of data. I mean, that number is just mind-boggling. It's exactly why trying to keep up with all this manually is a battle you just can't win. Your business, no matter how small, is part of this data explosion. And that, right there, is the whole point. We are drowning in data, in noise. Automation is the filter. It cuts through all the chaos and finds the signal, showing you exactly what matters and what you need to focus on. So at the end of the day, I want you to remember this. The numbers in your spreadsheets, they aren't just numbers. They're telling the story of your business, your wins, your challenges, everything. Automation is the tool that lets you finally hear that story loud and clear. So the only question left is, now that you can listen, what are you going to do about it?